Alright, here we go. On you, dog.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cream City Curveball. I'm your man, Justin, down here in North Carolina.
And pipe bomb here in the good land.
Yeah, man, my brother Pipe held it down for me while I was gone on a vacation to Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. Oh, boy, had a fun time on the cruise with the family, man. Glad to be back. Glad the Brewers are doing what they're supposed to do, man. Shout out to Pipe for his 250. Happy 4th of July to all of y'all. Belated 4th of July. Red, white, and blue. Man, that Viking stuff. Lord, listen. I'm about to go to the gym and work out after this because, Papa J has to not look like a papa. But I think I got a six-pack from laughing at those comments, man. That was some grade A good stuff right there, my brother.
Like I said, greatest country ever, but we still got work to do. Let's deport all them Viking fans, Cub fan, Cardinal fans. There's still some people we can get rid of to make us an even better country. But yeah, we're working on it.
Can we add the Halliburtons to that, too, though, just since we're on that for a second? Can we send them all out of here, too?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, man. Let's get to the business at hand, man. We are in the mix. 3 games down in this St. Louis Cardinals series, coming off a series win off the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is back-to-back series win after choking one away against the Cubs. I'm feeling great. We had Sproat on the mound for game 1. Epic, just anemic offense for majority of the game. The guys woke up, 4-3 victory. What is it? Back-to-back 4-3 victories, and then somebody, I think, what's his name? Marmolo, Marmoset, Marmacool, all 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them, whatever that dude's name. I know, all jokes aside, Oliver Marmol has been completely outmanaged by Pat Murphy and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers have outperformed the St. Louis Cardinals, and we're getting close to making these dudes RIP. And we're not going to say rest in peace, but rest in piss for their playoff future. I'm at all-time high right now, Pipe. This card series is going exactly the way that we need it to go. Lastly, last night with the gas man on the mound, 10-2, just pile on. And our bullpen is still in great shape after 3 games in a doubleheader. I'm super excited. How you feeling today?
Yeah, same. It's hard not to be anything but positive after the first 3 of the 5 games set in 4 days here for the Brewers. At minimum, what you wanted to do was 3 of 5. They're 3-0. So you got 2 games of house money. Obviously, you want to win both of them. But if you're looking at it realistically, it's house money. So, no matter what happens these last 2 games, tonight and tomorrow, the Brewers are still going to leave St. Louis there with gaining a game on the stupid Redbirds. So, and they're in the driver's seat with their second best pitcher in Harrison going tonight. So, there's a chance to really do some damage and rip the soul out of that stupid team from down south.
Now let's hope these Baltimore Orioles kind of help us out, too, and beat up on those Cubs and just kind of separate it, man. And last night I forgot to mention, the Rockies had to come from behind, sneak one out their back pocket win against those Dodgers, because we're not just focused on these Central guys, right, Pipe? But we're also looking at the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So great stuff from us with that. Let's spend a little bit of time on what did you think about. First of all, let's go to Luis Lara. I thought he came up. Man, that dude looked like Usain Bolt running around those bases. He was so goddamn fast. I've never seen a guy hit second base and third base like that. We're getting close to the point where we have a no-fly zone in that outfield when you have Laura, Freelick, Garrett Mitchell, Jackson Churio. Balls aren't hitting the ground. Great shape. And he had a big double. We had a big double that kind of took the lead when we were in desperate times too, bro.
Yeah, he was great. And, you sit there and, for him in his first start to come up, be batting second, like, come on, man. And then for him to deliver like that, 1 out of 4, had a walk, but you could tell that he kind of went to the Yelly school of base running, the way that he scored on that one when he, first to home, just flying around those bases. So, yes, so far everything looks great, but tamp down the expectations, after a handful of games of Cooper Pratt, we thought he was the second coming. He's hurt, hit a little bit of the struggle bus. It'll happen to Laura as well. And so, you just got to ride it out, man. He'll get there, but early results, hell yeah.
Speaking of that, though, Pratt had a pretty decent doubleheader as well with with a double and a triple. I thought he's performing well, and you're right. There are ebbs and flows with this. I think the most important thing when you're looking at Laura and you're looking at Pratt, produce more than your predecessors did. And I think even with Pratt having this struggle bus right now, he's producing more than Rengifo. No. And Laura, hey, man, I've said it before. I've told you a lot of times when we talk, I hate to say it about Blake Perkins, but he's already produced more than Blake in the time he's been here, and he's only been here one game. The other thing that really impressed me with Laura, though, Pike, is how much poise this kid has at the plate. He got down in the 0-2 count, found his way back to 2-2. The moment does not seem too big, and this is a lot what you've seen from him in AAA. And by the way, don't let his small frame fool you. There's a power in that bat, and I think he goes yardo tonight, bro.
Nice, man. I sure as hell hope so. The funny thing with the Brewers is anytime you sit there and you talk about this organization, the first thing out of everybody's mouth is the pitching lab, and rightly so. They take average dudes and turn them into world beaters. They take a dude who's Brewers picked up who I ain't never heard of this guy, and next thing you know he's throwing in the eighth inning and just locked down, lights out, and getting the job done, and you're like, okay, shit, like, you think that this is normal. If this is normal, every team would be doing it, and they're not. But, again, so the first thing out of everybody's mouth is the pitching lab. But, that completely, does not give the credence that they deserve for, sitting there and growing these young dudes as well who are position players. We've seen it with Pratt. He's got the perfect body as a baseball player. We're hopefully going to see it with Lara here, and hopefully he has a ton of success and doesn't get sent down. I would hate for him to be shipped back and forth like crazy, like we do with a lot of these pitchers and stuff. So hopefully he can solidify his spot and just focus on being in the bigs now, and just take all thoughts of riding the bus down in Nashville out of his brain. But they get it. They should get a lot of credit. But again, this is weeks too late. We should have seen this start a month ago. Think of how many more wins this team would have had if they just had any kind of production instead of Blake Perkins or Renhe gots to go. If you would have had anything, you would have had some more wins.
I thought you were going to Joey. That's the next one I wrote down on my list.
Not me, man. Hey, that's my guy. I've had his back since day one. That is my dude. That's the next jersey I'm getting.
So I feel like we're getting a little bit of a promotion here with Joey Ortiz. Not going to do the goofy stuff with the Joey Ortiz stuff today, man, because I feel like when we were doing that kind of put him back down in the crapper. But Ortiz has been playing better, man. It's like I said last night when I was talking to Tim and Tommy. Want to get your take on it, bro. I think that maybe him putting back in that third base hole, for whatever the reason may be, and we can call it whatever, but I think his comfort zone is there. He's playing better baseball, and he's more confident. And, have a day yesterday during that second doubleheader. Have a day during the entire doubleheader. So I think I'm not going to tell you how to speak, but it's funny. You think we think alike. Talked a lot about that stuff. I just want to get where are you feeling on Joey? Is he warming up to you a little bit? Does he still? How much more do you need to see before he gets promoted to Joe Zero, to Joe Moderate, to Joe Hero? No pun intended for the Bucks.
He's got a long way to go. Is it a comfortability thing at third base? Frankly, I don't care. You're a professional athlete, so whether you sit there and are playing at shortstop, playing at third base, or playing on the moon, you're expected to deliver, and if not, your ass better get shipped down to Nashville. Now, they sat there and gave this dude 8 bajillion freaking chances. He finally came through, 5 total hits between the 2 games yesterday. And so, that's great, man. And, there's no one rooting for him more than me. I hope that he's great. I hope he succeeds. But I do call him how I see him. And, up until recently, he's been really good like the last week or so. Or, not really good, but he's been a hell of a lot better than the garbage that we've seen for months and months and months. So, I definitely give him credit, and I hope he continues it. Do I think he's going to? I choose to stay positive here. So yeah, I'll say yeah, man, he's going to be great, and everybody will be singing his praises. And we're what 6 months away from not being able to blink an eye without seeing an Ortiz jersey walking through pick and save, or at your favorite your favorite sports bar or something. I hope that happens. Am I going to hold my breath? No.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we always say though, Pipe. Like we're definitely we got to keep it a buck here. That's what we do. We don't. There's no half stepping. There's no soft stuff. There's no goofy stuff. We just keep it real, man. And we don't tell you what you want to hear and then turn around silently and go ask for a trade. Oh, sorry, wrong sport. Anyways, let's go to the next guy that's struggling a little bit with out here dissing minority owners of the Brewers right now. Who gives a rats? Anyways, let's go to Christian Yelich, man. One quick thing about Joey before we go to Christian Yelich. I did kind of see that toe tap come back. I've been paying close attention to his batting stance, so maybe that's the thing that he needed to see. Maybe Vogie or one of the guys picked up on it. You gave a lot of kudos to our pitching lab, and I know you did, a lot of people do, but kudos to Vogie and those guys, because we got guys kind of coming around. And I think when you look at the reason why Lara and you look at some of these other guys that come up, why they're so at ease and comfortable in their situation, shout out to Rick Sweet, manager for the Nashville Sounds, and that coaching staff down there, because he prepares those guys tremendously. All right, now let's get to Yelly, bro. So Yelly's batting, I think he's batting at about 230, 240 right now. Getting to the ballpark at 7:30 a.m., working out early, doing the things that are necessary to get back. We saw a little bit of it come to fruition yesterday. How long do you see this Yelly struggle going, and what do you feel about the struggle?
Well, it sucks to see him struggle like he is. He looks completely lost at the plate. How long do I see it going? Forever, because Pat Murphy's not going to take him out of the lineup. I think Yelly can sit there and hit like the first couple months of Joey Ortiz, and you're still going to see him out there every day. And then, who am I to argue with the back-to-back manager of the year? It's not something I would do. But I do give Murphy credit. He took him out of the leadoff spot, a time or two. But he only bumped him down to like 2. I'd like to see him around 7, 8. Why not? What the hell's the difference? The dudes who are up at the top of the lineup are naturally going to have more at-bats in a game than somebody further down. And so if he's not one of your top 5 hitters, then throw him at 6, throw him at 8, throw him at 9, and try to do the wraparound leadoff guys. Whatever. But I would be a hell of a lot more flexible on the spots that I would put him. You don't want to crush his confidence, and you don't want to hurt his soul. But, again, professional baseball player. It can't just be business when it fits the player. It's got to be business when it fits the team as well. And if you're not producing, you're gonna have to move, and you might be uncomfortable, but you still expect it to produce. So all that said, do I think it's going to be a long-term, turn into suckage? I hope not. I hope he bounces back and not roll over back again and again and again like we've seen. So hopefully he bounces back. But, I think he will. He's proven that he's gone through this 100 times, and he always comes out okay. So let's just hope this is a shorter version instead of a longer slump for him.
No, for sure. And I don't think you move him. I think you got to keep him where he is. He is the cognate part of this team that we need. He's an epitome of a leader. And, these young guys on the team, I'd be worried about moving them. You hear some people talking about trading them. I think that would be the death to the Brewers this year if we traded them. We saw that crap with Hader a couple years ago. Absolutely screwed the team up, and we just need to stay away from all that stuff. Real quick, man, didn't have this on our little notes or whatever, but we talked about a left-hander struggling. I want to give a little bit of praise to Garrett Mitchell, Jake Bowers. These guys are red hot in fuego, as the rest in peace of Stuart Scott would say. Just amazing right now, man. Garrett Mitchell is looking like everything we thought this guy would be for these last couple weeks. And Jake Bowers, oh baby, just oh baby. That's the only thing I got for you, Pike. Oh baby, Jake Bowers.
Yeah, Bauer's been doing it all year long, been, completely changing my mind on him. Not to say that I thought he sucked, but I didn't think he was going to have a year like this. So good on him. Garrett Mitchell, this is what everyone saw. We all saw the talent. He just hasn't been able until so far this year, knock on wood, to stay healthy. And so, if this is him healthy, hell yeah, I'm all here for it. Absolutely love it. He's been great. And it's not, it's defense, it's offense, it's his speed, it's everything, man. So, there's a whole lot of good going on with the Milwaukee Brewers right now. What are they, 24 games over 500, high water mark now? The one move I would do right now is I'd throw Aaron Ashby on the IL today and sit there and just give him a breather. Hey, man, go put your feet up, take the family out to a lake somewhere, go float around, have some fun in the sun, and give that arm a break. I wouldn't, I would just sit there and tell him nothing except 12-ounce curls for 2 weeks, man. Go have some, go have some fun, hang out, relax, because we're going to need you down the stretch. He's been overworked like crazy. But when you have such a nice lead in the division, those are things you can afford to do. That's why these games matter. Starting at game one all the way up until the last game of the regular season, last game of the playoffs, they all count. They're all big, and you want to win all of them.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. I missed my 20s with those 12-ounce curls. Now we do what are these, 16.9-ounce Aquafina curls, and, just kind of pretend back to your youth, right? Let's talk about it.
Mine's a 40, but it ain't the stuff from back in the day.
Let's talk about another guy that's struggling, allegedly been figured out. Baseball has figured this guy out. Talk about Jacob Mizorowski here. We'll get into this Miz stuff. Has he been figured out? This is the first question for you, Mr. Pipe Bomb, as my guy Lil Drew would call you. Matter of fact, real quick, let me pause on a couple things real quick, Pipe, and we'll come right back to this. First of all, big shout out to Fourth Base Sports Bar, Fourth Base Restaurant or whatnot. We saw the follow on our Instagram. Definitely tremendously appreciate you. We will reach out soon. We'd love to partner and collab with you. And then one last just big Abner Uribe crotch chop to you stupid ass hackers who have hacked the Cream City Curveball. I just hope you have just a pissy day. Like, I hope you go to the urinal. I hope you pee on your shoes if you're a dude. I hope if you're a girl, your period comes and you don't have any tampons to protect it and you bleed all over yourself. I hope if you're going to take a deuce, you accidentally get a little bit of this too juicy and it goes all in your stuff, man. Basically what I'm telling you, I hate you, I hate your mother, and I hope you have a lifetime of misery. God,
yeah.
I hate the people, buddy.
Yeah, you and me both, man. You and me both. Those people are stupid. Has Mizorowski been figured out? Yeah, absolutely. That's why he's rocking a 1.6 ERA. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. He's the best pitcher in baseball right now. Still striking out everybody. His walks, have been... He had no walks in game one yesterday. I think that's his second straight start with 0 walks. He goes 7 innings. His problem is that he's been allowing more home runs than we're used to, and they've been early in games. First inning, second inning, stuff like that. He's allowing early runs, and the Brewers are getting behind early. But he went 7 innings yesterday. Did you not watch the freaking game? So has he been figured out? Hell no. The guy's still awesome. We as fans, we got to get spoiled, and I'm including myself in this too. I expect him to strike out double digits every night, give you 6+, and no runs allowed. And if he allows a run, or heaven forbid anybody in that bullpen allows a run, it's like, oh, what's wrong with him? This guy sucks. No, it just happens. So. That's a redonkulous comment. He's still the best player. in best pitcher in baseball right now, and so enjoy it. He's not going to be perfect every single day. He's just been perfect 98% of the time.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You see that stuff going around the social media right now. Look, man, if you equivalent this to basketball, it's the equivalent of making a jump shot from the opposing free throw line, 3/4 court, and it going in. These home runs. It's a Caleb Williams pass, right? Not looking at the dude throwing it down the field. You got to think, these dudes are swinging so early. And I caution folks that say that. Remember, this is his second year in pro ball, and he didn't even have a full year last year. So he's still figuring out how to pitch and stuff like that. And Chris Hook, Pat Murphy, Jim Henderson will get this guy ready, and that dude, what's the buddy's name from St. Louis, hit the home run? I forget his name.
Oh, Walker.
Yeah. Next time he'll come up and it'll be a curveball. He'll swing off his behind and fall down and stuff like that. Miz isn't being figured out. I think he's the best pitcher in baseball. That leads me to our topic. I can't look at it right now because we're recording this off of my phone. Last time I saw it, me and you had an off-the-cast conversation about my $25 bet for Jacob Mizorowski to win the Cy Young, which would pay $425. I told you if it got above $250, I was cashing it out. I am at $288 and some change right now on July 8th. Should I cash it out or should I just hold on in there for a little bit more money? What say you, Bite?
Man, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. That's on you. You earned it. And so spend it however the hell you want. If it was me, oh, man, it would be tough. You want to let it ride just because, if he ends up going on to win it, you want full value. And so, yeah, that's what makes it such a tough call. But, especially after watching Sanchez give up, 10? 10 runs in his last outing? Yeah, I'd probably be tempted to just hang on a little bit longer.
All right, so we're going to take the words of Pipe Bomb and we're going to hang on a little bit longer. Let's move to tonight's game. You got your boy Harrison on the mound tonight, going against the St. Louis Cardinals again. Let's just do both of them at the same time. No, we'll just talk about Harrison. So we said we wanted to get 3 wins out of this series. We already got 3. You got Harrison. You have Logan Henderson in the next 2. Logan Henderson returning back off of the IL. So I think if you can get any one of these 2, it's house money. But I think I would say we piss the Harrison one away and we win the Henderson one. That's what I say.
Okay. You hear all the time about how hard it is to sweep a doubleheader. Everybody knows how hard it is to sweep a damn 5-game set because those things barely ever happen. So 5 games in 4 days, it would, obviously the odds are the Brewers are going to drop one. I guess if I had to choose, I'd rather them drop the finale, just because, it's getaway day anyway, and then hopefully wrap that game up quick and head out to Pittsburgh, give them a chance to relax and get ready to face those stupid Pirates in the last series before the All-Star break. But, the game tonight with Harrison on the mound, we got Lara batting 6th. So had one hell of a debut yesterday. He's down in the 6th hole today. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 is Lara, Pratt, Ortiz, and the return of the mighty Greg Jones. And so, if I got to pick one for them to lose, I'm going to go tonight because that bottom of the order is yikes.
Give me the top 5. Give me the whole lineup, right?
All right, you got Yelly, Churio, Bowers, Contreras, Mitchell, Lara, Pratt, Ortiz, Jones. What the hell are we? I know, Greg Jones is up here because, supposedly he's a switch hitter, but he doesn't hit a damn thing from either side, so it's hard to call him a switch hitter. And by the way, you got to give credit for Churio going up there hitting left-handed last night. That was awesome, especially, it was a position player. The game was well in hand. Go out there, have some fun. I think that's why he's he just endures himself to Brewer Nation, because that was awesome watching that.
Man, that left-handed stroke was pretty sweet too, and allegedly he's never done that before. That was the first time he ever did it. And I'm sure he's done it goofing around in batting practice and stuff. But that was a rocket, man. And let's get to this All-Star break a little bit, man. You're talking about, because you alluded to that. I agree with you. We're the lineup, man. Greg Jones, he's from right around the corner where I live. I'm in between Raleigh and Durham. He's from Cary, North Carolina. So hopefully Greg Jones can have a resurgence, man. I think I might put about $5 on him to get a hit tonight, because that should pay pretty well. So that's how bleak it is out here in these streets, man. So All-Star break. Normally the Milwaukee Brewers struggle going into the All-Star break. I think we've seen it 10 years on. And the last couple of years with Pat Murphy, we've done pretty well. And this team right now is trending upward going into the All-Star break. It's a huge change in from Greg being the manager. What do you think about us going into this All-Star break? How are you feeling right now?
Nervous, because, we've seen, for whatever reason, the schedule gods love us playing in Pittsburgh right before the break. Historically, the Brewers have not done so good. Look at it. The last, 15, 25 years, the Pirates season is over by the All-Star break. So they're not playing for nothing except to be a pain in the ass. And they've done a good job right before the break on us. Whatever. I hate Pittsburgh. I like them when every team in baseball used them as the minor league team. You need a average hitting outfielder or something. Yeah, go pluck them from the Pirates. You can give a mid-range prospect and a 6th-round pick or something stupid. Give them, it would be filling a soda machine like in that movie Moneyball with trades with those guys. So you just sat there and used them and looted them, and that was great. But their season's over. Obviously, they're playing for pride and playing for their next contract, so they still want to win. But Brewers they're in a good spot to end this first half just on fire.
Yeah, I remember it was one year we were about 4 or 5 games up going into the break. I don't remember who was chasing us. We had a 5-game set with a rain-out game, and we lost all 5. And we had and then we lost that one game. What was the dude's name? The guy that had all the DUIs that went to Texas. Oh man, I can't remember this dude's name. He went to the Rangers the year they won the World Series. He gave up half the runs that year in 23. It's just been the house of horrors for us, bro. Speaking of All-Star games, we got to talk about this biggest Bryce Terrain being a snub. I don't understand it. You're going to tell me that the year that this dude is having, all these dudes are in front of him for the National League? I don't even know who these dudes are, but there's no way in hell they should be in front of big Bryce Terrain this year.
Yeah, no, Bryce deserves it for sure. That said, does it suck? Yes. Is it better for the Brewers that he doesn't go? Yes, because, one less All-Star appearance. Hopefully that shrinks the number that the Brewers are going to try to be able to meet against these other teams. So, I'm glad that Mizorowski's pitching the game before the break. I don't want any of my pitchers ever pitching in an All-Star game. Miz last year, obviously, you understood because he was a freak of nature, rookie, all that kind of stuff. I thought the hype was worth it for the Brewers. But, besides that, position players, whatever. I know that playing baseball is hard. I know it's a grind. It's unnecessary travel and stuff like that when they could be chilling at home, hanging with their family and stuff. But, at the end of the day, what's he going to play anyway? 3 innings. So, if you're a position player, I don't have as big of a problem. But why take that chance, man? You see people get hurt in the WBC. You see people get hurt in spring training. It's definitely possible they can do it in the All-Star game too. So, but he deserves it. But I'm glad he's not going. But he'll be in there, I'm sure, as a fill-in for when everybody drops out.
You see dudes getting hurt closing suitcases.
Yeah, sneezing. There you go. Run down the stupid list of baseball injuries, man. Oh, you'd be laughing your ass off because it is funny some of these injuries those guys managed to get.
I do agree with you, though. I'm cool with Miz not being there. I want him to be there, go enjoy all the festivities and all that good stuff. But we don't really need you there to pitch or anything else like that. Let's keep that stuff to the games that matter, and preferably playoff games, NLCS games, and World Series games. What I want to see. Let's
Amen.
let's move on to our annual ranking thing that we do. So I got for you today, and I'll go first because I know yours are going to be way different than mine. We go top three Brewers logos of all time. So number one for me is obviously the old school ball and glove. Has to be that one, just the original joint. Number two is going to shock you. It's that M with the B with the gold letters, the Navy hat. I love that logo with that. That would be about your BJ Surhoff era and stuff like that. And then your last one, Pike. This where it gets tough because I really love the M with the barley leaf on it. But I might go, not this year's City Connects, last year's City Connects, the Brew Crew joints with the grill on them. I think that's one of the sickest logos. This year's joint with the this grill is all right, but the Barrel Man on this year's is probably it. But I think the Brewers have some of the best jerseys there ever were. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a Brewers fan.
Well, I definitely agree. Ball and glove, best logo, the Brewers ever had, best logo in baseball. So absolutely amazing there. My second choice is the Barrel Man logo that the Brewers rocked from 70 to 77. So I wasn't even born yet until the very tail end of there. Well, actually, yeah, now the 77 season I would have been alive. But yeah, man, I love Barrel Man. So anytime you throw him on anything, you got a very good chance of me buying that merch for sure. And then yeah, I would probably go with that. What is it? Barley, wheat, whatever the hell thing is underneath the M there. But yeah, ball and glove is definitely tops. And then yeah. Yeah, bring back. They need to sit there. If the Brewers want to get my money on merch, you better come out with anything and everything Barrel Man because like I said, I'll dust the cobwebs off my wallet to get that stuff.
So do you like the new Barrel Man that's on the Wisco stuff then? That Barrel, I think that's a pretty sick one.
Yeah, if you put it on a real jersey or something like that, then yes. If it says Wisco on it, then no. That's a barrel fail, not a Barrel Man. But you throw it on a jersey, a real jersey, a hat, something like that. I'll be all for it. They should sit there and do Barrel Man with the grill from the old City Connects, but put it on the real Brewer colors, not that makeup City Connect crap. And yeah, I'd line up for that.
So you might need to get the batting practice hat then, Pipe. You need to look that one up. That might be the one for you, man.
Okay.
I got one. Excuse me. I got one last thing for you before we get up out of here, man. One of the biggest things that being talked about in sports right now, we're not talking about the best basketball player to play basketball in the Milwaukee City High School Conference and come back and play for our Milwaukee Bucks. That's not what I'm talking about, Pipe. Because I know you weren't watching that. Jeff Orlowski, the Polish pipe bomb, captain of the Skis. Did you see the way Egypt was screwed against Argentina? There was a penalty called on video replay from across the field. The Egyptian coach allegedly said that the FIFA is basically screwing everybody to give Argentina the World Cup title. Hey, man, I'm not going to say nothing else. Go crazy, Fight.
Yeah, I saw it. I think it was on the Twitter machine or whatever. Do I care? No. Whatever. Is FIFA corrupt? Yes, everybody knows that. So, I don't care. Yeah, America lost, and great run. Tip my cap for U.S. men's team there, and great job. You guys made us proud. We did better than most people thought we would. So, what are we doing? Why are we even finishing a tournament? Just kick them all out and cancel the rest of it. What the hell do we care what happens? Who wins this crap? It's over now. The U.S. is out. Just cancel the rest of it, and then I wouldn't even refund the tickets. Like, hey, sorry, it's over. Go home and just boot them all out. But, yeah, whatever happens. Who cares? Who cares? What a waste of freaking time.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah. Are you crying? You crying on top of the pyramids for Egypt?
Oh,
No, me neither.
I didn't even see it, but I knew what this was going to unleash, so that's why I asked the question.
Like I said, I saw it. Was it a cheap ass call? Yes. If I was an Egyptian, would I be angry? Yeah. Do I care? Hell no.
Yeah, I think Messi's showing that he's the best soccer player in the world right now. And it's just crazy. He's 40 years old. Looks absolutely amazing from what I see on the highlights of him. I'm not watching the whole games. But just a big shout out from us, from Cream City Curveball, to the young Freeman, Antonio Freeman's son. He had a good run during it. And, that's a little tie to our Packers team. Cream City Chalk Talk on the way, or Chalk Line, or whatever we're going to call it. It's coming soon, though. Myself, Pipe Bomb, the homie Justice. It's going to be epic. We're going to get all into your Packers stuff. We're going to talk about Christian Watson. Everybody's going to disagree with me on the panel because I am a big Matt LaFleur fan, and that's okay.
Yeah, he's terrible. You want me to sit there and talk about a coach who sucks, is overrated, and deserved to be fired? He's the same thing as Mike McCrappy. And, so what are the Packers going to do this year? Same thing they do every year. Contend for a division title, probably come up short, get the wild card, one and done in the playoffs. Wash, rinse, repeat. So they had a chance. They should have fired the Frenchman after last season. They decided to roll back with him for whatever reason. I don't know. He should have sent his ass down the hill on his way out of town. But, what? Why you get me started? Why you get me started?
Brewers are winning. This is what you got to look for. When we drop this Packers joint, make sure you tune in. But it's no negative talk. Brewers winning the World Series, Packers winning the Super Bowl, and the Milwaukee Bucks will make the playoffs. Look out for Cream City Crossover as well. We'll be talking a lot of Buck stuff on there. We may get Pipe Bomb to come and talk about his hero, Tyler. Hey, man, it's exciting time right now. The Brewers are winning. If you're not happy about the Brewers, I don't know. Go step on a rake. Like, the hell's wrong with you? Be happy. Even Pipe Bomb is happy. Even I'm happy. Every night, must-see TV, Milwaukee Brewers. Check it out. Kyle Harrison on the mound tonight. Let's go get a W. Make Marmo have that little face like he's been having the whole time there. What else you got before we get out of here, Pipe?
Yeah, no, that's it. But good call on the faces. Him and Greg look an awful lot alike when they're sitting in the opposing dugout. They all look like they're trying to hold in a fart because their team is ass.
Yes, sir, man. I couldn't say it better, man. I think that's a great way to close out, man. Hey, man, we really appreciate it. Wherever you're watching, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this later on with the Pipe Bomb in the shower, if you're going to bed with Pipe Bomb. By the way, if you're watching this before the game ends, make sure you make the switch to after the last pitch. You make the switch. Tune into the post-game show. We're going to have the Pipe Bomb live and in effect on that as well with Timmy Terrific and Tommy Terrific. I don't know. What's another T word?
Yeah,
Tremendous Tommy.
There we go. That's awesome. Yeah, both those guys are great. So I love that show.
No, they're both great, and you're great as well. And all three of these guys, just a big three of Brewers baseball, man. Tune in tonight. It's always epic when it goes in, man. Oh, pause. I get so excited about this Cream City Curveball. Go to bed with Pipe and then go there. All right, we go. Hey, man, y'all heard all the stuff already. You know where we at, man. This is Cream City Curveball, man. I'm your man, Justin from North Carolina.
And Pipe Bomb in Milwaukee.
It's been a Cream City Media Group production. We really appreciate you listening. Go Brewers! Wisco, baby!